everyone, how you doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for taking a minute and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make smoked carnitas in your Instant Pot. Now normally when I smoke pork, I do it from start to finish in my smoker. It adds a delicious smoky flavor. If it's bad weather outside and I don't want to be outside with my smoker, I can also cook it inside in my slow cooker or crock pot, or even in an Instant Pot. I've done videos on all three methods, and the only problem is it's going to take upwards to 4, 5, 6 plus hours depending the size on the piece of pork you have. Right here I have a almost 9-pound bone-in pork Boston butt, which we're going to turn into carnitas. Now if you cook it all day in a slow cooker or you cook it just by itself in the Instant Pot, it comes out delicious, but it lacks that smoky flavor. So I'm going to try to combine a couple methods. I'm going to slice this up into small cubes. I'm going to put it on my smoker anywhere from, I'm not sure how long it's going to take, maybe anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, just to add a little bit of a smoky flavor, a little bit of a crust. And then I'm going to come throw it in the Instant Pot, add some other ingredients for the carnitas, some fresh orange and lime juice. I got some other spices, some chicken stock, and we're going to cook that from start to finish in around an hour in the Instant Pot. So this speeds up the process quite quickly. In fact, you could always smoke it the day before and then just keep it in the fridge overnight and then throw everything the next day. Literally it'll be ready within an hour. So I'm going to experiment with it. I've never cooked it this way before, but we're going to go through it together. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is put together this carnitas spice blend. I've had several carnitas videos. I always use the same combination of ingredients because they're really, really good. Now just to let you know, I doubled up on the recipe because the normal amounts are for around a 4 to 5 pound pork shoulder. I have one that's just about 8 pounds, so I'm doubling up on, actually it's almost 9 pounds, so I'm doubling up on the spices because I figure it's good to have a little extra. I got a little shaker here where we're going to put all the spices. So we're going to start off with 2 tablespoons of salt. Okay, that's very important. You need the salt. That helps tenderize the meat. I got 2 tablespoons, or I'm sorry, 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder. And I'll leave all the specific measurements down in the video description if you want to use this recipe later. You don't have to kind of write it down right now. Okay, 1.5 tablespoons of cumin. That adds that delicious flavor that both me and my wife love. I got 2 teaspoons of oregano. And then last but not least, we got 2 teaspoons of ground coriander. So that's our spice blend, not very complicated. So I'm gonna close this up. We're going to close the top. We're going to shake it real good. And now I'm going to get busy slicing up that. I wanted to show you what I'm doing here. I'm just taking this pork butt and I'm just slicing slices, and then I'm just cutting them into around 1.5 to 2 inch pieces. This is going to help in a couple ways. It's going to allow more surface area for the smoke to kind of penetrate the meat on all sides, so it's going to give it a little bit of a more smoky flavor, even if I don't smoke it as long, you know, traditionally like the 5 or 6 hours. And the other thing is, when I put it in the Instant Pot, it's going to aid in cooking it quicker as well, make sure everything's thoroughly cooked. So this is all we're going to do. This is kind of a little time consuming, but just slice it and slice it. Don't worry about the fat because that's all going to render down once we get it into the Instant Pot. So I'll continue doing this. We'll be back in a second. Alright, so this is, you know, some pieces. Obviously you're going to have some bigger than the others, especially when you get down to the bone. That's kind of a pain in the butt. I've already put some into my Instant Pot here. I figured this is the best place to kind of season the meat before I put it on the smoker, because any of the spices that remain in the pot will also be there when I cook it, okay? So we're just gonna throw all these pieces into the Instant Pot. All right, so here you are, it's all in the pot there. And then my little spice mixture. And so I'm just going to, I'm gonna apply the spice. I'm not gonna put all of it in here because I want to apply a little bit more after it comes out of the smoker. And I'm just gonna let this sit and kind of marinate to let the meat absorb a little bit of the spices and especially the salt. And you know, you can even do this the day before or in the morning. I'm just gonna have to let it sit on the counter for around 25 minutes, half hour, while I get my smoker warmed up and ready to go. But yeah, we're just gonna apply this seasoning rub to the pork. I'm just gonna use my hands and kind of mix it by hand, make sure everything's coated. All right, so the pork has been sitting in the container here, the pot, for around a half hour. I just fired up the smoker. I'm getting that up to temperature. I took 2 of my racks off and I've out of my smoker, and I got some paper laid down here because it's going to get a little messy. So lay something down. I got some of this wrapping paper, and I'm just using some non-stick cooking spray. This happens to be Trader Joe's coconut oil spray, but any kind of a spray. Just do a little dose there to prevent this meat from sticking. Perfect. And now we're just going to lay the pieces of pork down, and we want to try to hopefully allow enough room between the pieces so the air can circulate and the pieces can soak up some smoke. So it's kind of like doing a jigsaw puzzle in reverse. Just kind of grab the pieces as you go and line them up like so. Alright, so here you are, they're all spread out. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of the seasoning, especially on the pieces that look like they don't have that much on there. And again, don't use it all. We want to save a little bit to throw in the Instapot at the very end when we cook that. So these pieces up front seem to have a pretty good covering. Just a little. Alright. Perfect. I'll meet you guys outside. We'll throw these in the smoker. I'm not sure how long this will take. You know, when we cook this in the Instant Pot, it's going to come up to 200 plus degrees because it's going to be in there for around 50 minutes. So yeah, it'll be cooked beyond anything that I'll be able to reach. I'm going to have my smoker probably hovering right around 200, 225. So even if it's in there for a couple hours, it's never going to get close to that hot. So that's it. I'll meet you guys outside. All right, guys, I'm using my Smoke Hollow cabinet style propane smoker, but you can do this on any kind of smoker, even a kettle grill. Just make sure not to cook it too much. You just want to get some color and some smoke on these pieces, okay? You want to maintain, yeah, around 225. I got just one burner on. We got a nice mixture of smoke. I'm using my favorite combo, which is half apple, half hickory. Hickory by itself can be a little overpowering, so the apple kind of mellows it out. And I put a couple drip pans underneath because as this heats up, I'm sure some of the fat and stuff, and you don't want to mess up the whole bottom end of your smoker. So that's it. I'm not even going to really, you know, worry about the internal temperature. I might check it at the end before I pull it off. I'm really doing this to look for a nice color and a nice little, maybe somewhat of a bark starting to form. And that's when I know some of that smoke flavor is soaked into the meat, and we'll be ready to throw it into the Instant Pot. So, all right, guys, you know what time it is? Beverage review time from Stone Brewery down in near San Diego. I've had quite a few, but I've never seen this one today in the store. Die Hard Fan IPA. 7.7% alcohol. I guess it's for the fans of IPAs, and I guess I'm a fan of IPAs. And this is my daughter, Ava Grace, and my son, Kyle.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hello. Hey.
Now, Ava Grace is going to be trying Bai Antioxidant Infusion Kulu Watermelon. This is kind of like a flavored water with different vitamins and stuff in it, minerals. So she's going to try that.
I think it says Kula watermelon, doesn't it?
Kula? Is that what it means? Kula? Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. And then Kyle's trying a new soda we picked up when we were in Vegas. Always ask for Avery's Dog Drool. It says totally gross soda. It's soda disgusting. And this is orange lemon flavor.
Cool is probably how you say watermelon in another language.
Yeah, maybe. You're right. Maybe. Okay, so let me open up this for Kyle.
It almost sounds weird if I say this is good, which I'm probably going to.
I'm sure it's good. Are you okay pouring it yourself?
Yeah, it smells weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go.
Excuse me? And let me get Ava Grace's first.
Yeah.
And just be careful not to spill any.
Alright.
Hang on. I'm gonna pour some in there first.
Since you do a video, you pour this time.
Yeah, we want to make sure. Alright. How's it smell, Kyle?
It's kind of a surprise for once when I can't even pour a full glass.
Really? Well, that's weird.
I've
Alright.
never, I think, had one like
How
that.
many? Look at the fluid ounces. Can you see the fluid ounces on the bottom? Because I think that's a 12 ounce.
Does smell like watermelon.
It smells like watermelon?
That's 12.
Yes.
It is 12? Okay, well that's
But
weird.
look, it goes up to here.
Yeah,
You go
alright.
to the blue rating, so it's not.
Alright, and look at this. Looks nice. Ooh, I smell like a grapefruit kind of,
Smell that much.
and barely a little bit of hops. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching my video. Cheers. Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, Ava Grace. Cheers to Kyle. Cheers to your new sodas. Say cheers to the viewers. Cheers to the viewers.
I was about to do it.
Okay.
You guys can see. What about do it?
Oh, that's
I
good.
really like it.
Wow. Not as hoppy as I anticipated, saying it's the die-hard fan IPA, because a lot of IPAs are very hoppy. I mean, it's got a little bit of a hops presence, but that kind of grapefruity taste masks it very well, and it doesn't taste very alcoholic or strong. I mean, another good beer from Stone. Okay, Ava Grace, what do you think?
It's super good.
Super good? Can
Well, I
you
haven't even tried it yet.
Oh, well then try it. How can you say it's super good?
It's so good, but I haven't tried it.
Okay, try it. Let's see. Go ahead.
Anyways, while she's doing that,
How's yours?
this, you taste the orange, but then there's like a lemon aftertaste, kind of. It's more like hidden. It's really good.
Is it totally gross?
Is it?
Well, that's what this is.
That is full of watermelon.
It's full of watermelon?
Yeah,
And you like it?
I love it.
I think on a hot day like today, you need stuff like this instead of really overly
It
sweet.
is summer and it's super hot.
Yeah, it's got vitamin C
Go drink it.
in there. So, all right.
Oh, I think it's good.
Well, there you go. I could smell the smoker outside. I could smell some of that hickory and applewood smoking. And we've been on for around 20 minutes. I'm going to enjoy my beer in here, and then I'll meet you guys outside. We'll take it off when that pork has absorbed some smoke and into the Instant Pot. In the meantime, cheers, guys.
Oh, okay.
And would you recommend your drink, Ava Grace, to our viewers?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, would you recommend it? Would you tell them to buy it if they asked you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you,
You guys
Kyle?
have to get.
Oh. Yeah, I definitely give it a shot.
Okay, well
I
there you
would.
go, guys, and I would definitely recommend this. We got 3 thumbs up over here.
Oh, contains 1% juice, it says on the back.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll be back in a little bit.
See you.
Hey, guys, we are approaching the 1 hour mark. This one is saying around 2:25. Let's see, this one down here, maybe around 2:10. 215, so we're pretty close. We're in the 200 plus range, which is pretty much where I wanted it. All right, so let's take a look, see. All right. Ooh. Still smoking good? Oh yeah, look at that. It's taking on some nice color. You can definitely tell it's taking some smoke. Oh yeah, you can tell there's a little bit of a bark there. Yeah, it's looking good. But you know, it's only 1 hour. So let it go. I'll come check on it in around a half hour. Once this is, once we throw this into the Instapot with the other ingredients, it's only going to take around 50 minutes or so. So, alright, we'll be back later. Alright, we're exactly at the hour and 45 minute mark. You can see that one's hovering right, maybe 230. My more accurate one here is around 225. So we're perfect. So let's take a quick look at these. I think I'm just going to take them off because I'm going to let them cool for 10-15 minutes. And then we'll throw everything in the Instapot. Oh man, I like the color. These look good. Oh, it smells good. Oh, look at this. Oh yeah. Wow. Looks good enough to eat right now. Okay, and again, I know you guys are going to ask me, so let's just get it out of the way. I don't know. Let's go into that same piece. Pull out a little bit more, because it's really thick. Let's see where we're at. I don't want to get in your guys' way. 156, 157, 158. Oh, 160? 160. Okay, you know what? That's kind of right at the exact same temperature. You would take a pork butt out of the pit barrel, out of a regular smoker, and wrap it in foil or butcher paper with a little liquid, some rub. So perfect. Hour and 45 minutes, hovering at around 225. We are done. I'm going to take this out. I'll meet you guys inside. Alright, I just wanted you guys to see right out of the smoker. Man, it smells so good. It's good enough to eat right now. But of course, we're going to put it in the Instapot with a few other ingredients. So I'm just going to let it cool here for around 10-15 minutes. And then we'll get that Instapot loaded up and we'll go from there. See you in a little bit. Alright, so I have the rest of the ingredients. Of course, I've had the pork sitting here for around 10-15 minutes. I have one whole onion that I kind of sliced into long pieces. I have one orange I've sliced into quarters, one lime, some bay leaves, 2 cups of chicken stock, and of course the rest of our rub that we made earlier. Okay, so I got the Instant Pot. I'm going to start with 2 cups of liquid. Because you definitely need some liquid, but bear in mind that there's going to be plenty of liquid that's going to be produced when this starts to pressure cook. All the fat out of this pork is going to come out. So next we're going to put the pork in there, and just be careful not to splash it all over the place. Oops, there we go. Okay, there we go. Now, just kind of arrange it so it's kind of all even. Now I'm going to take the rest of that rub here, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on top here because it's going to add some flavor to that fat, and we do want the liquid to kind of moisten it up after we shred it. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to put the onion on top, like so. And then the oranges, we're just going to kind of squeeze some of that orange juice, and then we're going to put the whole pieces in there whole, okay? But get some of that orange juice in there. So stick them in there, the whole pieces of orange, after you squeeze the juice out, like so. And then we're going to do the same thing with the limes. Squeeze that lime juice in there. We'll stick those in there as well. Those will be easy to fish out when everything's done. Okay. And then last but not least, I got a few bay leaves here we're going to throw on top just to kind of give it some good flavor. Alright, we are set. I just wanted you guys to see how it looks like before I seal it up. We'll seal this up. Alright, so we're going to hit pressure cook. We're going to keep it on high, and like I said, we're going to do 50 minutes. I was debating between 50 minutes and an hour, but I think if I do a natural release, and since these already are pretty high up in the temperature, we should be fine. But there's a lot of pork in there. It's loaded up. So pressure cook high, 50 minutes. We have to hit the start button. There we go. Alright, it's probably going to take 10-15 minutes before it's all pressure sealed and the timer goes on, and another 50 minutes and probably another 10-15 to release. So I got at least an hour and a half. I'll meet with you guys back in a little bit. Alright, so the vent just came up. Let's take a look here. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Okay. I'm going to remove the pieces of orange and the limes. And then we'll get the pork out. We'll shred it with a couple forks. We'll add it back to the Instapot. Be back in a second. Alright, so we just want to make sure this is shredded, but this is how it looks like. Oh man. You can see those onions just kind of all soft and oh yeah. And you want to definitely save that liquid because, you know, when you shred it up, especially if you want to heat it up, get it crispy, it's going to dry up a little bit. And you want that liquid to kind of help rehydrate it. Alright, look at this. Man, it smells wonderful. Alright. I'll continue to do this. We'll shred this up. Man, there's a lot here. Look at all this. Man. Yeah, you can tell it's nice and tender. It's shreddable. Man, it smells great. Look at this. Yeah, so just take a couple forks, shred it up, and yeah, add it back to the liquid. And this, you know, we're going to make some tacos tonight, but yeah, you can do whatever you want with this. It freezes well. Just make sure you put some liquid in with it when you freeze it. Alright. There you go, guys. We'll be back in a second. Alright, so here it is. Now you just take a couple forks. We're going to shred up this pork. Man, you can tell. Look at the smoke ring. Yeah, I like it. Still got a nice crust on some of these pieces. Oh, look at this. Oh man. Oops, this smells so good. Alright. Just gotta keep shredding it up. Man.
It looks delicious.
Yeah, it does. It smells good too, huh? Those spices, I tell you, those Carnitas spices, I've used those spices for many years. They are the best. And if you see some big globs of fat, obviously you can take that out and but yeah, wow. Look at this.
And it goes a long way too.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, you can use this for a family of 4 for like 3 nights.
But see how these red pieces from the smoke, it's because you cut them into smaller pieces. So
The smoke ring, it gets spread out.
yeah, the meat gets, it absorbs more of that smoke.
Oh, the smell is so amazing on a hot summer night.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good any time of the year. But yeah, it's really smelling good right now.
Yeah.
That citrusy smell.
All right.
Yummy.
There we go. We'll be back in a second. All right, I'm here with my wife, Monica.
Hey, guys.
I shredded this up, and I mean, I have to tell you, this is amazing. It's better than I even thought it would be. And I think cutting
Really
it in
good.
those smaller pieces just allows more smoke to penetrate. Man, it's good.
The smell is amazing. It's so citrusy and delicious.
And I have to be honest, this gives smoking it the traditional way a run for the money. And in like less than half the time. Because it's only an hour and 20 minutes in the Instapot and a couple hours on the smoker. Wow.
It is restaurant quality. It is that good.
I think
Really
so.
good. And when you add the Pico De Gallo and, you know, whatever you're going to add. We add the cotija cheese, like the crumbly cheese, the Pico De Gallo.
Wow.
Make some tacos. This, I
I
mean,
can
that's
just
what...
eat it like this.
Oh,
It's so
that's true.
good.
You could put this on sandwiches too, but I mean, the way we're eating it tonight, you add that stuff and oh my gosh, just the blend of everything. Yeah.
That smoky flavor with those seasoning spices, man. Wow.
The cumin, the...
All right, guys, we're going to make some tacos.
Wow.
We'll be back in a second. All right, here we are. Look at these little tacos.
They're like street tacos.
Yeah, we got some Pico De Gallo. What's that cheese called?
Cotija.
Tortilla cheese.
Tortilla.
Which is this cheese. It's a Mexican cheese, and we put some lime and some fresh cilantro. There's the Pico De Gallo. I'll leave the recipe down in the video description. But show us how we make these.
Okay, so we take our plate with our tortillas. We have like a tortilla warmer, so we just kind of keep them warm that way. And then, yeah, you just take your meat. I like to get a little bit of juicy meat. And you just kind of...
Yeah, and I have to say, guys, this meat is...
Oh, it's delicious.
I mean, I think cutting it up into smaller pieces really did something to the ability of the meat to soak up smoke, because it is so
really
smoky.
Good.
But not like overly smoky, like in a bad way, but just,
so there's your meat.
I don't know, it adds a flavor profile that I really love.
So there's the meat, and then after the meat, you're going to put some Pico De Gallo. So you got the tomatoes. I make mine with tomatoes and onion, cilantro, lime, and then I put a little garlic and a little bit of salt and pepper, maybe a tad of cumin. That's what I usually do. Just eyeball it.
Wow, they're so good.
There you go. You put a little bit of Pico de Gallo. Then I do a little bit of that cotija cheese. It's crumbly Mexican cheese, and it just adds that yummy
that
final touch.
Flavor profile. That's,
yeah, I like that.
And if you've never had it before, in these little
I squeeze a little lime.
tacos.
Little lime on top.
Yeah, we'll squeeze a little lime.
And then I'll just top it with a little bit of oregano. Not oregano.
Oregano.
Not oregano, cilantro. Sorry. Cilantro. Then we're good.
Wow.
There it is. Boom.
Wow. Let's try one of these.
All right.
All right, here I am with my wife, Monica.
Hi.
We're going to try one of these.
So yeah, squeeze a little lime.
And I already know I'm going to like it.
Yeah.
Okay. I like these
Ready?
little tacos, but you can make burritos, nachos,
Yeah.
whatever, really. This meat's perfect for whatever you want to make.
Ready?
All right, yeah, I'm ready.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. I don't even have words. I don't know how to tell you how good this is.
Yeah, I mean, it's really,
wow.
really good.
That's my new favorite meal.
Yeah, better than I expected in around half the time. So I would recommend, if you got an Instapot and you've got ability to smoke some pork for a couple hours, and definitely cut it into smaller pieces, because I think it absorbs, man, the flavor profile.
Oh my gosh. This is out of this world amazing. This is, and it's so easy. You could feed a crowd with this too, and it's not that expensive for this kind of meat.
Well, no, the meat's inexpensive, but
So
for a crowd, you probably need a couple Instapots.
it goes up. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It does go a long way though, huh?
I did around, I think, 7 pounds when all was said and done. Man, this is amazing, guys, and I would certainly recommend it. And, you know, you can smoke it ahead of time and just Ziploc or vacuum seal it, freeze it. Yeah, you're ready to go. All you got to do is just, you know, finish it off. Absolutely amazing. You know, put it in that Instapot with some onions and some chicken stock. Whew. Wow.
This is so good.
Yeah. As always, guys, I really appreciate you watching my video. If you liked it, please hit the like button. I would love it if you would consider subscribing. And check out my website, ericsmokingbbq.com. I'll leave a link above. Thanks for stopping by.
Wow.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys. Oh my gosh. You outdid yourself this time.
No, this is really good.
Wow. Such a perfect combination of flavors.
Yeah. Poor Daisy.
Wow.
Can she try some? No?
Just garlic and stuff. She's getting over a bit. She's getting weaned off medicine. I don't want to mess nothing up.
So if I opened a restaurant, how much would I charge for a taco like this?
$3.
Yeah.
Because you charge too much and people are like, no.
A whole piece of pork costs $10. So,
And
taco like $3.
How many tacos do you think I can make out of all that meat?
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, we've already done 4 here, and look how much more there is. This is so good. Can't even sit down to eat it. Of course, you'd have me making your Pico De Gallo and all that.
Well. This would be what you would serve to someone who said, "Nah, I don't really like pork." You like smoked food? Yeah, I like smoked food, but you don't like pork? No, okay, come try one of these tacos. Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's so good.
Wow.